Hey there, it's Clumpkin. I hope you're all having a great day so far. Now, uh, today's theme or topic is about facing your problems, and um, now this kind of like goes in line with a video that I've made before, thematically just a little bit. It was also, I think, one of my most popular videos. Um, and that is I think it was titled something like "It's Only You" or "Only You Can Do It" or something like that. And the reason I say that those are pretty connected is because really only you can face your problems, right? Because they are, in the sentence, your problems. So only you have control over them to fix them, right? Um, Now we're not really going to talk about more of like how it should be just you because I've gone into that before. Um, what this is going to be more, I guess, a little bit of is like why you should, or just you know why or stuff like that, and then I'll give some personal examples, I suppose, right? Like usual, the usual video format. Um, so yeah, just starting off. So they're not called problems because they're awesome. You know, they're called problems because they're problems. So, which I mean, you're probably thinking like the doy, but you know, um, just figured I should set that out there. Um, and it's important to face them because easiest reason you don't want to have problems, right? And you know, it's it's something. It's like I think a good reason is that like to take responsibility for yourself, right? That's pretty important. And you can't go fixing. You can't. This is equally as important. You should know this. You can't have other people fix your problems just as much as you can't fix other people's problems. That's really important, actually. I'm glad that popped up. You can't just side note. You can't fix other people's problems. They have to be reliant on themselves. You can help, but you can't fix them because ultimately, someone wants to have them fixed, right? You can't just force somebody to fix their problems. They need to want it. Um, which I know personally is something that you know I have problems, but sometimes they don't get fixed because I don't want to fix them. And in a weird, pretty awful way, sometimes I just would rather feel terrible, you know, and that's not a good thing at all. That's actually a really bad thing, and I probably need to work on that. Something, see somebody about that, but uh, it's all a matter of the beholder of the problem, right? They need to want to fix it first. You can't just do that for them, you know. So yeah, uh, I have plenty of problems. I'm not gonna list them out like a chart, like I got this and this, because I talk about my problems enough on this channel. Let's be real. Um, but like just the quickest example is keeping contact with people, right? I made a whole video on that. That's a big problem of mine, and I can't face that problem. I can't fix it unless I want to, right? Or unless I'm willing to try and give effort. I can't just like it won't just happen. I need to like genuinely put effort in. I need to make a conscious decision to fix that problem because it needs to be something that I want to do, you know? And like the problem I have with that is that I'm content with my solitude sometimes, right? Like I don't know, I could go like a week without texting somebody, right? Just absolutely no contact, and I'll be okay. And that's not really cool or fair to other people, and that's a problem that I need to fix with myself. Um, but it's only something I can face as long as I want to face it and I'm willing to face that problem. you know? So, yeah. I think you can't fix your problems if you're not willing to, you know. Um, there's a show, pretty small show. You might not have ever heard of it. I've actually never watched it, but I've seen enough to kind of get, I guess, a bit of an understanding. Called BoJack Horseman, right? And the main character, BoJack Horseman, is a deeply flawed person, um, who suffers a lot of like mental issues and is just overall not a great person. He wants to be good, but he's not a great guy at all. And he has a lot of problems that he wants to fix. But a big problem of his is that he doesn't try enough to fix his problems. He doesn't want his problems to be fixed enough. Um, and actually, he just kind of wallows. And something I relate to is that he would just rather feel shitty than feel good because he doesn't deserve to feel good. And uh, trust me, the last thing you want to do is relate to BoJack Horseman. Um, that's really not ideal. But you know, I recognize that problem very deeply. That I'd rather feel shitty than deal with my problems sometimes. So, you know, I, sounding like a broken record. Um, because I'm really just trying to get this point across. You have to want it, and I feel like I've said this a lot before. With some video, I I don't fully remember. I've probably said it in a couple, but like you have to want it. Um, and sometimes, you know, like me personally, sometimes I just don't want it enough, I think. And that keeps me from solving my problems entirely. And sometimes that makes me start to regress because I get comfortable in feeling like shit and feeling like a bad person. And, you know, it's like, uh, I'm hard on myself a lot. All right. And a lot of the time it's because I feel so unwilling to fix my problems. Uh, right. Sometimes I feel like I just can't. And I really beat myself up about that. In my unwillingness to change for the better. But, you know, like, that's just I don't, like, I have to want it, just like you have to want to change, right? And just like how you need to want to face your problems, you know? I hope this is making sense, and I hope that I don't just sound like I'm repeating myself over and over again. But I'm really trying to get the point across, right? Um, I think I want to talk a little bit more about why it's good to face your problems. And this is probably going to be the quickest segment of the whole video, but it's so you have no more problems. That's it, you know. And I'm not look having no like you don't need to strive for perfection because uh the most basic thing in the whole world, nobody's perfect, right? So it's not like a strive to perfection, but you want to not have these anxieties, right? And these like I don't know flaws. Um, and I'm not like saying like you put yourself in like a perfect mold or nothing, but like if you have something that you're unhappy with and you know you're unhappy with it and you know it's a problem, work on it, you know? And you don't have to work on it alone. You can get help. You have people, um, right? Hopefully you have people who can help you. They can't fix your problems for you, but hopefully they can at least guide you onto the right path if you're a little lost, right? Um, like guide. Okay, so I have an example for this. So there is this YouTube channel, and also banned. I knew them first as like I found them on YouTube. and they make these music videos. I think they're called the Rare Americans, and they have a song about Ryan and I think it's called Ryan and Dave, and their cousin. It's an animation. They're like dog characters, but Ryan and Dave are cousins, and they're best friends when they're kid. This doesn't matter as much, but they're best friends when they're kids, and then they grow up. And uh, I believe Dave, right? He grows up. He has a stable life. He has a family. And Ryan, he is a little more uh unstable in his financial circumstances, right? And he has, I think, abuse problems, substance abuse problems, and he goes to Dave because Dave is his cousin. He's his best friend, and you know, and Dave can't fix his problems for him, right? He can't force Ryan to be a better dog, but he can help, right? And he gives Ryan, he lets Ryan crash at his place for a little bit, and he helps him get cleaned up, and then he takes him to a meeting, right? One of those like I don't want to say AA because that's Alcoholics Anonymous, but like just like a group meeting for like we'll say substance abusers, right? And like and he helps Ryan want it, um, and Ryan obviously wants it. So like the point I'm trying to make is that Ryan didn't have to do it alone. He had help. He had his cousin in this instance, right? He didn't have to go through all this change alone, right? So that's where I'm getting with that. I hope that made some sense. I don't know. But right, like you don't have to face your problems alone. You can have help. Now people can't do it for you, but they can help you, you know? So I think I'm gonna end it here. I hope that made some sort of sense. Because I feel like I kind of repeated myself a little bit. But hey, you know, if I wasn't repeating myself, then I wasn't trying to force it into your brain that it's important. So, anyways, thank you so much for listening to this or watching my terrible Apex Legends gameplay. And I'll catch you all next week for a video that I had an idea, but I can't think of it right now. So, thank you all so much. Don't forget to tell somebody you love them. And don't forget that you don't have to face your problems alone. And yeah, love you. Bye.